I would do a quick recap on the house. We are in now finally, and have been for about 4 weeks now. Our house was on the market for a year. We sold it while we were on holiday, so we came back off holiday, viewed the house, put the offer in. Excellent day. And then about 3 weeks in, buyer's mortgage got rejected due to her being on maternity leave. They got their mortgage done, so we're like, wicked. And then our mortgage got delayed, and the underwriters, and eventually, and we're talking weeks now of waiting for someone. Dan spoke to someone who actually went in the file and was like, oh, it's because you haven't got enough equity in the property. And we're like, we bloody well have. Well, turns out the first mortgage advisor we spoke to that put the mortgage offer through had actually put it on a like 60% deposit or something like that. We put it through properly and it got accepted. Wicked. Then the forms came through from our sellers. We did put on that there was planning permission on the field behind our back field for like a caravan park. So we're like, let's have a look into that. So we got looked into it. I don't know where solicitors were at this point, because that's something that they're supposed to be looking for, and they didn't basically. We had a look into it, and there was planning permission. That's gone over the time now, but what we did find out is that the field has been sold. Shropshire have a leniency towards letting gypsies buy the land and build in there. Just thought, feck it, we'll just do it. It just took forever, so they asked for inquiries about the septic tank. Marcella's solicitors took 2 weeks to come back to them with like, we have no information. Then our solicitors took another 2 weeks to go back to them saying, we need some more information. And then they forwarded us that email so we could see the timeline. So then we went to that directors, because that is not okay. No information at all from the septic tank. They hadn't emptied it in 30 years plus, and I don't know anything about septic tanks, but I know you're supposed to empty it at least once a year, right? And they had no information on it, even though it's been in the family for like at least 40 years. So then our solicitors were like, we would advise that you do a survey on the house, on the septic tank. So we did, and that came back as it was non-compliant. It was leaking into a little stream. So we're like, okay, we'll just knock down the price and we'll get that sorted. But actually we couldn't, because the lenders would not lend us the money on the septic tank being screwed. So then we had to wait over a weekend for our sellers to make a decision if they were going to pay to fix it. They actually did, thank God. So then we were waiting for the guy to fix it. And it should have been done in a week, and it took about 2.5. Meanwhile, the solicitors are like, we'll put this date down as a moving day. We're like, cool. And they're like, oh, we'll put it to this date. And then we're like, right. We got in contact with the guy who was fixing it, who's like, should be done for this day, and you'll have the report by the end of the week. So the solicitors were like, wicked, we'll do move in on the Friday after. Cool. Booked in the moving company, all that jazz. Cancelled all of the like internet and stuff for that day. And then it got to the Thursday before we were supposed to move in, and the guy had only just finished, and we were still waiting for the report, which we did not get. And then it came down to us trying to figure out if we need to move the date or not, because we had to let the moving company know, otherwise we'd be charged 75%. And they're like, no, you'll definitely get it for Monday. So we're like, okay, we'll just suck it up. We got it on Monday after Dan ringing everybody. And then our solicitor said, oh, we also need a certificate. Right, this wasn't told to us before. So then we had to call everybody again for a certificate. That didn't come till the Wednesday. And and then we had to ring solicitors and be like, we've got it, and they're like, wicked, but we can't get in contact with so and so solicitor to confirm that Friday's still going ahead. So then Dan, basically his job was a solicitor and had to ring everybody. We eventually got there, people actually thinking we moved on the Friday the 7th. So we didn't really know that we were definitely moving on the Friday until the Thursday, the day before. So that was fun. Moving day came, and I left my ironing board. The moving company forgot TV and a seat, so we had to try and fit that in the car. We got it all out anyway. We're waiting around for the keys. The estate agent rang us up saying like it'll be ready for 2:30, everything's completed, but your sellers aren't out of the house yet, and they've asked us to give them until 2:30 to go get the keys. This was like 20 to 1:30. This is 1:30. And we're like, yeah, no problem at all, because they were still moving stuff out, even though they told the estate agents that they'd be moving out on the Thursday, the day before. So we got to the house at 2:30, and they were still there. It's very awkward, isn't it? But yeah, we basically they just took their time, and we didn't actually get in the house until about 4:30, but we're in. So the dog will be coming in and out. We've had to put that duvet there because we've stripped the wallpaper in here, because it was like, I obviously have missed a bit on there, cold to the touch, a bit damp. Ripped out the floor because the underlay was wet as well. This was bolted shut, so we've had to like dig a hole, but it's really cold in here, so we've had to close it and put a duvet over it. Dog is there. There was like a telephone box thing, so me and my dad ripped that out so the dog can lie in there. This is just a quick video of what the chicken area looks like at the moment. So this is the room that I'm doing. So this is Keegan's room. This is a house, the right move pictures of the house, of the bedroom, sorry. So here is a video of me stripping the wallpaper. My God, this was the hardest wallpaper to strip ever. This is just me choosing the colours to do Keegan's room. So yeah, really hard. So you've got like 5,000 layers to peel off. I was scared that it was going to be the wallpaper that sticks the house together. I mean, it was hiding a few cracks, but nothing too serious. I just had to fill them in. Look, the concentration on my face. Yes, I will take this off. But it was really therapeutic, you know, when you get a really long piece and you're like, yes, I did that. So I had to peel this bit off, then wet the layer underneath, then peel that off. Sometimes it took a few more tries than I wanted to, but yeah. So Keen is my 14-year-old. Obviously, as you've seen the pictures before, it wasn't a 14-year-old bedroom, it was an elderly lady's bedroom. So I wanted to make him feel as much as home as possible, because the poor kid didn't really get a chance to choose which bedroom he wanted. He had the bigger room in the old house, so then it was Theo, my 11-year-old's choice, to choose what room he wanted, and obviously he wanted the bigger room, so this is the one that Keane got. And this is me just wetting the wallpaper. This is me giving up. Right, so the sander, I got an electric sander to sand down all the walls because there was like bits of paint and stuff still, and I didn't wear a mask, and I actually gave myself poisoning. I think my lungs are still trying to pick it up. So this is me putting the peel stop on for the bits of paint that didn't come off. I don't know why it had paint underneath the wallpaper, because it's never been painted. So I have no idea. And I also don't know if I was doing it right, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do the whole wall. There's a picture of the peel stop. And then what am I doing now? I think I'm priming the walls, because yeah, they look a bit shiny, which is what the peel stop does. Oh, I got around. I don't know why I didn't go the other way. But yeah, this is me putting the primer bit on. Now the walls were like really weird because you can't put masking tape on the ceiling because it's that Artex stuff. And also the wall isn't like, there's no straight lines anywhere. So it's really weird. But I thought, you know what, if the primate gets on the roof, it's white. It doesn't really matter. Ignore the toes. And then this is me doing this part. Rolling. Look at me rolling. Right, so I did put masking tape on the what they're called, skirting boards, because I had painted them from being wood to white. And this is me just cutting out the sides, I think. I don't actually know because the walls aren't. Am I painting it blue? I think I'm painting it blue. Yes, I'm painting the colour. Jesus Christ, it's been a long time. And this is me rolling the blue on the walls. You wanted blue and dark blue. So I got a blue to paint the walls that was like slightly grey. So it wasn't just like, oh, I love blue. And this was the darker blue. On this video, for some unknown reason, I think it's because I got the flash on because it's really dark in that bit, but this was like a navy dark blue. Don't know why it's coming out in green. This is a really weird place to paint. It was just chaotic.
Oh, come on,
this was a bit where I was swearing at myself because I'd got paint on my leggings. And this is the finishing product. So it's got its LED lights in the trophy bit. It's got a shelf with LED lights. I'll close the curtains so you can see what it looks like. I also took those curtains up. They were really long. Just got the one on each side. So I took them up myself. Look at me go. Ignore the carpet. The carpet will be changed, but at the minute, it's not an R to do thing list. But yeah, this is the finishing product. I think it's got a few like bits come in to put on the walls and that. But I do actually think, and obviously the door needs to be changed, but it definitely looks more like a teenage boy's room rather than an old lady's room. And he's happy with it, so it's good. Oh, I opened the curtain for you.